Hello Internet, I'm Nizam, I'm back and I'm here to give you a review of league matches of Oxford City campaign in the Vanarama South National League from matches 31 to 42, and this is a final round of games that will decide which position that Oxford City are going to take. And there are some sweet moments, there are some sour moments, and you will know what I'm actually going to go through. And the past videos, I actually shared each set of 10 league matches of review. But since the final end of the season, there's a total of 12 league games to play with. I will contend more of to cover the progress of 12 league matches that I'm going to cover through. So without further ado, let's get started. So we finish at 11th spot of the Vanarama South. At 11th spot, we actually aspired during the progress of the season to actually reach 7th place. Now 7th place is occupied finally by Dartford, and they are on 72 points. We finished 11th place, and that's 65 points. That's 7 points off. It's a case of so close yet so far. And then I will hark back more to what we have done. First, we finished 11, 7 points shy of the top spot of playoff place, of course. And the progress from the last video to this current one, we actually improved by just an improvement of 1 spot above, which is 11th spot from 12th place. So what do I make of this? It is very unfortunate that we actually had a bad start for the first 10 league games. Otherwise, it could have been a different story. We only actually collected 7 points, a miserable 7 points, due to just 2 wins and a draw and 7 defeats. And it is very bad because after that, the average number of points we take from a set of 10 league games, after that we actually managed to get 17 to 19 points, which, if you can see, had we got had the same kind of scenario, we would have been on 75 points. Now 75 points, where can it go? It can even clinch me of 6th place. So we miss out on a absolutely good chance for us to actually earn a playoff place, and we play against whether we qualify or not. It doesn't matter. The matter of fact is we lost an opportunity. The only silver lining is that we have found out the most appropriate tactic for this team based on the players' strengths and attributes. What value that the current players with their attributes can complement in the formation. Now 4-4-2 formation, it's been played. The first 10 league games we were losing possession. We couldn't get the direct passes to our players most of the time. We always end up at the hands of the opposition, and from there they kill us off with quick counterattacks. And in some instances we actually fouled the opposition in order to give free kicks at dangerous positions, because the defense couldn't cope. So we have actually resolved that issue. We have considered less free kicks in dangerous positions. We have managed to retain possession, and it translated to better performances, and even match against teams that are above us. The only worse off is 2 things. I'm going to cover one factor, which is in the next slide. One of the factors that we actually lost ground on the first round of 10 league matches is that we couldn't get the partnerships right for the team. So, and the home form is totally abysmal, which I'm gonna share with you in the next slide. So the next slide, if you can see, we are also 11 in terms of home performances. So if you compare that with the top three sides, they actually definitely won games more. Home games, you are supposed to actually create an invincibility where you need to assure yourself to always get the maximum number of points, and you need to win, and you have to do yourself a favor not to lose any games. So by these statistics, I've calculated the top 3 league sides. They lost an average 2 games at home, in a season. We lost a total of 4 times more, which is 8 league games. So that's a tally of 24 points lost in a home game. Now that's abysmal. Can you imagine if we had the same number of defeats as a top 3 league side? We would have, example, if we won 6 league games, that's a total of 24 or 18 points. So 18 points, how can you translate those into victorious points? 65 points plus 18 points, that's a total of 83 points. So 83 points, if you go back to the league table, where can it go? You might even actually go into be in a championship form. So home games are the most critical aspect you got to control as a football manager. We've lost 8 games. We considered an abysmal 27 goals, and is something that we need to actually improve on. For home games, we need to be invincible. So invincible, it is something that top teams will always have. Home games are supposed to be a fortress for the home side, and it's supposed to create an aura to the opposition team that it's the moment they step into your stadium, they will find it intimidating to try and win games. So, which is something that you must have in what you need to actually challenge a place, a top 3 place in a league. So it's disappointing, but we've learned something. We're going to take it away from here, and hopefully we can do better from there. Now, last 12 league games performance, as I've always shared with you, with the number of games we've won and what is the key number of goals we've scored, and a brief summary what is a key takeaway there. So for me, we've won 12 league games. We won half a number of the games we won. We won 6 league games. We've drawn 4. We've lost 2. Again, I would stress on the home form. We've lost a total, both games we've lost at home. So this is something that is unacceptable. And ironically, we've lost teams that are below us. Again, it's something that we couldn't finish off opponents that we're supposed to win. You're supposed to actually win against teams that are below you. It's not a disrespect, but it is a given that you are supposed to excel against teams that are below you. And unfortunately, we couldn't finish off the games. We've lost 6 valuable points that could have actually helped us in our quest for a better place in the league. 24 goals scored, 13 goals conceded, topsy-turvy. There was one time we only conceded 9 goals in the rounds of 11 to 20 league games. We've only conceded 9 league goals, if I can recall, 11. So we need to really improve on the defense. Of course, when we say that, there should be a balance, there should be a coverage from the midfield to help out the defense, and the goalkeeper need to be consistent. So I think we will try our best to actually improve on that aspect. So hopefully in the next season we will improve on our home games. Okay. Now, game highlights. Now I know that I've started to show the football games in my YouTube channel, more of a key games I would call it, in each phase of every encounter that Oxford City faced. Now I'm going to put games not for the sake of I win games. I'm going to put game highlights which I felt against opponents who are supposed to be better than us. One such example is Chelmsford. Chelmsford are the league leaders, and why I actually put it up, because the team has played away against Chelmsford. They are the league leaders, of course, and the third factor is that we lost 3-0 at home in the first ever encounter this season with them. So there was an expectancy of us resigned to a defeat, but I think the team has actually performed very well. We were dominated. If you look at the stats, match stats, they have 20 shots on goal as opposed to us. But in possession, we've had 52% more. So there is a difference where we held position much better as opposed to the first encounter we had with them. We didn't concede we conceded 2 goals lesser. We struck them hard with an early 3rd minute goal. but the sucker punch, they have equalized on injury time before the game end. So that is a potential 2 valuable points we've lost. But I can say that we are a match to teams that are above us. We can even be better. So let's watch the highlights of this game, shall we? So first, good shot, Ashby, and Harry Crawford rising high. Now he's not really your typical tall player, so for him to win the aerial challenge was fantastic. This is the thing I like about game. If your player can lead at the right place at the right time, they can win the aerial challenge. So that's fantastic. So a 22nd minute highlight, Blackshaw palms it over, knocked down by Lewis Rowe. Chelmsford winning back possession. Isaac plays it forward. Stevenson brings it, and he's unopposed in the middle, and Nakov was up to the task. Well, to be fair, the shot was straight towards the goalkeeper. It should have been an equalizer for Chelmsford. All crosses it in. Defender there, and that's a foul there on Wiltshire. So Paul Howard, the referee, played to advantage for Oxford City. Stevenson again, running unopposed. But he's been closed down by 2 defenders. Almost, as you see, the winger crosses it in. There's another cross. Good defender, good block there. I always believe that your defenders have to be actually up to the task. They're willing to put their bodies in front for any opportunities the opposition has. So they are up to the task. Involving hits it clear. And that's what I call good assist by the midfield in defensive aspect. So that's offside. Start up. Now the second half highlights. Cross by Ashby, Wiltshire with a cross. Oh! It's a goal by Lewis Rowe, but offside. Look at that. We're supposed to have a goal. I can't believe there's an offside. Ashby and Finney. McEachran plays it forward, cleared away by the defense. Ruben Gill, that's a brilliant ball through. Oh, Lewis Rowe. Again, is an offside here. So positioning is something that our forwards need to learn. The counter-attack, Blackshaw breaks away. He can do a penetrative pass in order to... Oh, Watson. Inexperienced. That's a poor finish by the winger. Paul crosses it in, and there we have it. Cascavel, equalizer, last minute goal. As an injury time goal, we could have won. We could have won big. We could have... Damn. Barzi, Finney, good defending there by Hall. Cross with pass towards Ashby. Finney. He can cross from here, Finney. That's a brilliant looking cross. Surely that's a goal. And that's the 3rd time that we have been denied due to offside. Chelmsford got lucky. Carved the defense open. The injury time is being played here with Chelmsford with an opportunity to actually win this game for themselves. Oh, hit the post and goes wide. It's good play from the opposition player Hall. Crawford wins the aerial challenge. Cleared away. Surely this is the end of the game, but it's not over. It seems like Chelmsford have an opportunity to try and win this game. A good defending. For the winger eBay. Will this be an opportunity? And that's a poor pass from eBay. This is a dangerous back pass here. Osborne. Mosuzu. Yeah. Defended by Michelle Parker. So have a presence in defense here, and Ruben Gill hits it clear. Again, give well position. Leg clears it. Both sides are not looking to just play it out for a draw. They are each looking for an opening, and that's it. That's a highlight for the game. 1-1. Can you imagine? We were denied by 3 goals by offside calls. So blues on that. We could have won 50-50, and certainly the better team draw. If that's what Mourinho would have said, but I'll still take 1 point because the good thing is that we are fantastic. All right, we could have won, but we've drawn. We lost that advantageous win to draw, thanks to a last-minute goal from a set piece. Now, I'm gonna show you a review of league progress chart. This is something that I would like to share on the reason why we finished 11th spot. There are certain improvements that we've made, but of course, at a huge period of 2 times, we actually plateau or been stagnant on 14th spot and 11th spot. Now, I'm not gonna say we actually lost too many games thereafter the 10 league games, first 10 league games. We've actually squandered chances where we could actually get ahead of our opponents. So that's a regrettable circumstance that we were in, and the fact that we have actually been packed back at 14th place and 11th place for most period of the time meant that we couldn't take the opportunity to supersede our opponents. Granted that we have improved, but there should be something that the team need to kill off whenever an opportunity being presented. So we, of course, for every dark clouds there's a silver lining. Exciting potential remains for next season. We know this team is a match to any top level teams of the league, but it has to try and win games against teams they're supposed to win, as a fact, and they have to try and make the home games difficult for the opposition. Reduce the number of losses, get more wins, and prevent defeats to at least get a draw. That's all that you need from a promotional or even a championship winning team. Now, season review. Where did we go? And we defy expectations. As I've shared with you, we're supposed to finish 17 in the preseason. So we finished 11. So the board is happy. Cup competitions progress, met the objectives. For FA Cup, we're supposed to qualify till the 4th qualifying round, and the FA Trophy was supposed to qualify for the first round. So we met both objectives. But I wish it could have been more due to the potential revenue that could have given to the club. And total the achievement for this season, we've used 29 players who managed to make their debuts or starts or first appearances to the team, as opposed to other clubs in the division. So 29 players is the highest in Vanarama South. It gives testament that this club actually gives chance to those who can perform. All right. End of the season awards, we go to the individual accolades. There's the first phase of individual accolades. Josh Ashby, our central midfielder, he's a deep line playmaker. He has won Fans Player of the Year by a huge margin, by 78%, against his nearest challenger, Harry Crawford, our free season signing, at 13%. So he's the player who I intend to actually hold on to. His contract is due to end, so hopefully we have the finances to actually tie him down for another season. Bear in mind that this style of players will actually attract many clubs, potentially even clubs who are a division ahead of us. They might actually buy him over or sign him on free, most likely sign him on a free transfer if we don't act. So Ashby, fantastic season that he has. Joel Mvovi, goal of the season. Signing of the season, Harry Crawford. I will share with you how many goals he has scored. And Young Player of the Season. So Ashby did a double. He won Fans Player of the Season and Young Fans Player of the Season. He's only 23 years old, but yet he is a great example to the team. So records. So these are more of a team record rather than a league record. Our new goalkeeper, Luka Nakov, whom we signed on a free transfer, he kept 8 clean sheets. So that's a record for Oxford City. Harry Crawford scored 19 goals in all competitions. That's a team record he managed to break. Really a signing of the season. And Josh Ashby with the most man of the match award won. He won 10 man of the match, and he has the most assists with 16 assists. So that's phenomenal for him. Voila. This is a surprise. I don't win anything, and yet I'm being nominated as Vanarama South Manager of the Season itself. Beat Neil McDonald, the title-winning manager. For this, Chelmsford, to be fair, they are the favourites to actually win the title in the pre-season. But we defy expectations. We finished better than what we were supposed to finish. We were supposed to fight against relegation, yet after the first 10 league games, we were never been drawn into a relegation zone. And the fact that we actually managed to defeat teams that are supposed to be far superior than us merited that I managed to win the Manager of the Season. So that's fantastic. But to be honest, rather than Manager of the Season, I would rather be in the Chelmsford manager shoes, where I gain promotion league title instead of Manager of the Season. But of course, I just have to be happy with what I have and what I want. So we can actually look forward to the new season. Okay. So friends, everybody who actually watched the channel, I really appreciate that those of you who actually managed to actually view my videos. I really appreciate your support for this FM challenge. It's not over. The first season is over, but it's not totally over. I'm gonna bring forward to the second season. I'm gonna share more highlights and have some ideas in my mind, which I can share the features of the game if I do have the time. And of course, do support me on the channel with the link below. Subscribe, hit the ring bell button, and of course, please stay safe during this period. Just be happy with what you have. Appreciate your loved ones, and I'll see you soon, Internet.